Emma is a British mother who went to the Greek-Macedonian border. What did you see?
I worked in a camp called Hara Hotel, and I met so many amazing people. It's a camp of about 750 refugees. It's actually been evacuated now, but when I was there, you know, there's no running water, there's only a few toilets, there's no showers, and people are living there. If it wasn't for the volunteers out there, and then they would have nothing, they would have starved. And so I saw, like I say, I just met so many amazing people, but with nothing. And now they've been evacuated from there and taken to military camps.
What did the people tell you about their history, about their flight from their home countries?
Well, there was one lady that I met, an absolutely fantastic woman about my age with 2 children, and she was telling me about how they nearly drowned coming over to Lesbos, and she was telling me, yeah, she had to escape the bombs and the war. And she's from Syria, and she managed to get across the sea to Lesbos and then across, and she's stuck in Idamini. She was stuck in Idamini with her children, and yeah, so it's just a horrendous tale really, because she was like, people are having to live like they've just got nothing.
It's a big problem.
And I was just driven to become just an independent volunteer. Last summer, seeing people drowning around Europe, it was just like horrifying. So I went out to Lesbos in January, and then I've just come back from the Greek-Macedonian border near Idamini. And my thing is, I've been trying to tell the human story. So the story behind all the statistics and, you know, from the horrible media coverage. So I've got a blog. It's www.solidarityforrefugees.com. And like I say, it's the people that I've met some amazing people from, you know, all over, refugees from all over, and it's telling individual stories, obviously all with their permission and everything. But I just want to read a little extract from my blog here, because we're all on the same page here, but I don't know if any of you have volunteered before, but it's an amazing, amazing experience. You get more from it than you give, even though it's really emotional. So I'm 43, and these are some of the things I've experienced for the first time, both good and bad, and in no particular order, over the last 5 and a bit months, as a direct result of becoming involved. If you're thinking of getting involved or volunteering, please do so, because you won't regret it. I've travelled alone. I've written and spoken Arabic and Farsi, well, kind of. I've drank chai, lots of it. I've learned the universal signs for drowning, throat slitting, tents, bombs, closed borders. I've been stopped and checked by the police. I've sorted through tons and tons of wet clothes. I've been welcomed so warmly and offered food and drink and love and conversation by people who have next to nothing. I've left my family for 20 days in a 5-month period. I've met an inspirational Greek Orthodox priest. I've flown out with 40 kilograms of luggage and come back with only 7. I've sorted clothes in a warehouse, made lifelong friends in a matter of days. I've ridden on the back of a motorbike. I've cried with grown men over the inequalities in this world and the injustices. I've visited my local MP, and I do that every month. He hates me. He just he's a Tory MP. I've hugged a child that I don't know for 20 minutes, 10 minutes with her sobbing uncontrollably, and 10 minutes her in a trance. I've stayed up all night when it's not a party. I've helped put up a huge teepee tent. I've been on television on Question Time. I've written a press article, been interviewed by the radio, come to the attention of internet trolls, and felt pretty much every emotion times 100. I've written a blog, walked across a border with no idea what my next move was, been bought breakfast by a taxi driver. I've never felt so ineffective and hopeless, and felt so useful and hopeful, and felt deep connections and solidarity with people that I barely know. I've bought over 500 bras and knickers in a week, and felt so ashamed of our leaders and right-wing press. I've witnessed scenes akin to the Second World War. I held a woman's hand while she miscarried her baby, and been handed a baby to cuddle from someone that I don't know. She fell asleep in my arms. I've seen such resilience and strength from people who have been through so much. And I have just met so many incredible people. You won't regret it.